On our way to the winery, our tour guide was showing us a township, and what he described a township as is a plot of land that somebody sits on it for 48 hours, usually homeless people, and if no one claims it, they start their own township. This particular township has grown into 40,000 people. He said this particular one's not as dangerous as others in South Africa, but you definitely want to be careful when you walk into a township. He also said the local government provides free water to the township as well. All right, here we are. We are at the vineyard. We're going to do a little wine tour of the vineyard, and then we're gonna probably half a mile walk through the vineyard, and then we'll catch the tour bus. I don't think it's a tour bus, it's a tour walking. And then we'll have a little tasting, and then from the tasting we'll get on a bus and we'll head back to the cruise ship. Let's check out some of these grapes. Let's see what they look like. I hope nothing's electrified here. Check that out, huh? And you look all the way down. All right, I gotta get walking. I gotta get to this wine tour.
Upstairs, and then we'll get started, is what he said.
All right.
Alrighty. Alright guys, just sort of a bit of the history. So Groot Constantia was founded in 1685, making us the oldest wine producing farm in South Africa. The first owner and founder of Groot Constantia was Simon van der Stal. He was roughly given 762 acres of land in tested soil. Testing the soil, we realized that Groot Constantia is a perfect place for wineland. They were going to get our ordinaries and soil numbers to further wines. The later passed in 1712 and then to the Dutch East India Company, where it split into three parts: Groot Constantia, Groot Constantia, and Burgundy as well. There's many various different owners of the summertime style, pretty, yet ownership for about 5 generations and drinking pretty. Alrighty, so the first picture that you'll see over here, this is just to demonstrate that all our grapes are harvested by hand. This is so that we do not damage the grape itself, and we can also remove any impurities that are found on the grape, such as your insects, for example. From here, it'll go into this machine over here, which is called your loading bin or your yielding bin. Two examples of these you can see on the right hand side of me over here, as well as out that window where that blue net is over there as well. So the loading bin or the yielding bin, your grapes will be added into this machine, and this bin basically gives us an indication of how many bottles and labels need to be made, as well as gives us a good indication of how well a certain block of yield does as well. From here, as it filters through, it'll go into your next process, which is your destalker. So as the grapes filter through the loading bin into this machine over here, these poles will rotate at quite a high speed, which knocks off the grapes from the stalks and the leaves. So again, that's just for us to separate the grapes from the stalks and the leaves. The stalks and the leaves will then get shot through a blue pipe, again allowing us to separate the grapes from the leaves. From that process, this is a process where we call mash, where your grape seed skins are all kept in contact with each other before it is shot through your pipes in order to get through to your production cellar, which is where we are now currently. And then last but not least, this is just another picture of what it looks like inside your pneumatic press, which is that cylinder shaped machine that you saw right in the beginning. So the top left being the grape, and then the corner which is your wine pump that used to use back in the early 20th century. So before, people used to squish grapes using their feet, and then they used things such as your wine pumps in order to get.
We finished the tour and started with the Governor's Reserve. We couldn't find a table. There was one table with Brian and Siobhan sitting there. We sat down with them, moved on to Pinot, Shiraz, and before you know it, we were sitting with other people and the Cabernet Sauvignon came out. And we just had a great time. You know what happens when you start drinking? You start acting crazy and goofy. Thanks for coming along.